The Nokia 6230 is a mobile phone based on the Nokia Series 40 platform. It was announced on October 28, 2003 and released in the first quarter of 2004. It does not have built-in music keys on the side, but it is considered to be the third loudest Nokia phone. Cingular Wireless was the primary GSM carrier that offered the Nokia 6230B in the United States. Other companies such as Cincinnati Bell, Symmetry Communications, Viaero Wireless and Telcel also offered this model. Features: it features a 16-bit TFT color screen with a resolution of 128A, 128 pixels, a VGA camera that can record video clips in H.263 format at 128A, 96 pixels at 15 fps, built-in Bluetooth wireless technology, FM radio, and playback of 3GP video audio at up to 30 fps and MP3, AAC and AMR audio. It is also eGPRS capable of speeds up to 220 kbits. In addition, it has changeable XPRESS on covers available for purchase. It uses an extended Li-ion battery of 850 mAh. The 6230 accepts MMC memory cards up to 4 GB in capacity formatted in FAT32 or FAT16 file systems on which multimedia files and data can be stored. SD cards are not supported. It operates on either GSM 9,000,1900 MHz, or GSM 8,501,900 MHz for the North American market. It was the first non-smartphone with an expandable memory card slot. Nokia 6230i. In 2005 Nokia released an updated 6230i model which includes a 1.3 megapixel camera instead of a 0.3, 208A, 208 screen resolution, a slightly larger display, a raised selection button in the midst of the scroll key, and a modern redesigned menu. It is also standard UMS compliant, that is, no proprietary drivers are required to transfer data to and from the device's memory card. It weighs 99 g and the dimensions are 103 mm x 44 mm x 20 mm, 76 cc. The BL5C battery that comes standard with it will last about 150 €300 hours, depending on usage. This model was available only in GSM 9,000,1900 MHz. Nokia did not release an 850 MHz version for the North American market. The next model in the 623X series is the 3G GSM WCDMA Nokia 6233. Appearance equals. The graphical user interface was overhauled, and many of the icons featured on the 6230i are the same as those now used uniformly across almost all new Nokia phones. Notably, the menu icons on the Nokia 6230i are animated, as opposed to the previous model which was static. The phone has 7 built-in themes, and users can download more. In addition, users may customize the color of the borders, and the battery and signal bars. The operating system does run more slowly than on the 6230, possibly due to the increased processor drain of the higher resolution screen. Nokia also removed several options from menus, such as brightness control, and the ability to automatically overwrite text messages in the inbox sent folders. These changes have brought widespread complaints. Security equals, the phone can automatically lock after a set time, starting from 5 seconds of no activity. In addition to the auto lock, users can lock with a keyguard, which prevents unauthorized use of the phone. The code it uses is the standard security code. If the user gets this code wrong 3 times, the phone is locked out, whereby no one can gain access for 10 minutes. Users can choose to protect their phone by enabling a PIN. When enabled, the phone will prompt users to type the PIN, and on success the phone will grant access. Users can also protect their SIM card, which is standard phone practice. Organization equals, the Nokia 6230i has organizing software, such as calendar, alarm clock, to-do list, notes, wallet. The wallet is a password-protected area where users can store bank card details, tickets, receipts, and personal notes. users can set different profiles within the wallet, for example work or personal, whereby different card details, for example, can be stored. There is an email application, but it must be set up by the user's mobile phone network. Phone book equals. Further to storing mobile numbers, users can add email addresses, home phone numbers, an image, PTT addresses, postal addresses, web addresses, notes, and user identification. Contacts can be put into groups, for example work colleagues, but such groups do not appear to be usable for text messaging. There is a distribution list feature under Messages where users can send group SMS. Users can add 16 voice commands, whereby users can say a contact's name and the phone will automatically call that contact. Connectivity equals. The Nokia 6230i is GPRS enabled. It features a GPRS Class 10 connectivity at up to 48 kbits. It is also Edge-enabled at Class 10 offering speeds up to 236.8 kbits. It also has an infrared port and is Bluetooth-enabled, making it one of the few phones to feature both infrared and Bluetooth. Media equals. The Nokia 6230i features an integrated music player which can play MP3 and AAC format files. The music player has an inbuilt graphic equalizer and the ability to create and save custom equalizers. Up to 7 different equalizer settings are available. The phone plays exceptionally high-quality audio. The music players also includes the ability to play music via Bluetooth. It included the song Strange Transmissions by Norah Jones and the Peter Malik Group. It also includes a media player to play video files in 3GP formats. The video recording is done in 3GP format as well. The phone also includes a radio, in which 20 radio channels can be saved. Auto-tuning of frequencies can be done automatically. The Nokia 6230i also features a voice recorder with up to 60 minutes of voice recording. Push-to-talk equals. The Nokia 6230i features push-to-talk. Push-to-talk functions as a two-way radio. The PTT option is available only if enabled by the service provider. Extra applications equals. The phone also has a basic calculator, countdown timer, and a stopwatch, which has 2 settings. Split timing and lap timing, both allow users to save and name their times. It also includes integrated message counter, which counts the number of messages sent and received. Another application called GPRS Data Counter shows the data received and sent during each session and also for all sessions combined. GPRS Connection Timer registers the time for each session. The phone also supports speed dials. Up to 9 numbers can be assigned for speed dialing. Collection folder equals. Users can download new applications which are stored in a folder named Collections. However, Nokia included 3 applications. World Clock 2 allows users to view time zones across the world. The graphical user interface highlights the current time zone yellow, and allows users to navigate, left or right, across the world, showing the city at the center of the time zone. Converter 2 is an excellent application for converting anything from currencies, grams, pounds, and so forth. Through the options, users can customize the conversions to suit their needs. This is especially useful when currencies alter in value. The final application is a translation tool. For example, if a search query is help, then the application will show 5 translations. The problem is that the phone is limited to 2 megabytes of applications regardless the size of the multimedia card or the internal memory. Bugs equals. A few bugs have been reported with this phone. When using a Bluetooth audio device together with voice tags, the ringing tone is always ascending, even when ascending is not selected. The only temporary solution is to reset the phone, although the problem comes back when using Bluetooth and voice tags again. This bug is still present in the latest firmware. Sometimes, the display lights up for a few seconds and then goes out again. This happens when the phone battery depletes by 1 bar, which may be seen as pointless as the lights coming on would increase drain on the battery. This was meant to be an early warning for low battery. Sometimes, for no apparent reason, an image or video clip is copied. In the music player, when selecting an entry in the playlist at a position higher than 255, the player has a wraparound bug and will play the entry 255 positions before the one selected. For example, if entry 260 is selected, entry 5 will be played. If entry 300 is selected, entry 45 will be played. This is caused by the music player using an unsigned 8-bit integer to store the selected track. This bug is present on the 6230, 6230i and early versions of the 6233. The workaround is use the playlist to see the entry number, then go back to the currently playing entry and type in the number of the entry you want. On newer firmware version of the 6230i, the camera is unable to process images that are bigger than 786 kilobytes. This can be experienced when taking pictures at top quality setting in 1280x1024 mode of scenes with lots of fine details, like the leaves on a tree. You will sometimes get a message like unable to save, because the image processor in the camera module does not have enough memory to create the compressed JPEG file from the image sensor data. While the 6230i is able to use a 4GB MMC card, it will fail to enter mass storage mode when a 4GB MMC is present. On older versions of the BL5C battery, the internal chemicals would react while charging for long periods of time. While this is rare, Nokia offered a free replacement. When the phone is left on for extended periods, the ringer volume is set to low, regardless of the setting. See also, List of Nokia products, Nokia 6233. References. External links, Nokia 6230 product page, Nokia 6230i product page, Bluetooth qualification program specifications for 6230, 6230B, 6230i. Reviews, videos and photos Nokia 6230, review by Mobile Review, 6230i. Nokia 6230, review by Mobile Burn, 6230i, Nokia 6230, review by GSM Arena, 6230i.